Hello, and welcome to Cherish, Live, and Dream. I am your host, Jay.
And I am your host, YaYa, and we are your hope dealers.
So, thank you all so much for joining us again. We are in our season 2 as we continue our series Journey to Success While Facing Adversity. And so, today we have a special guest. Yeah. But she's really not a guest. She's really at home because she's my friend, actually, and I've been knowing her for years. And we have Miss Tamrah Barber here on today to join us. And we are so glad and so excited that she has joined us on today. So hi, Miss Tamrah.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
I am so super excited. So we want to go ahead and just jump right on in, Miss Tamrah. So as I said earlier, today's show is about overcoming obstacles while on your journey to success. So please share with the audience any experiences that might have caused you to give up on your journey, but you persevered.
Yeah, I think the biggest obstacle to my journey, and I've come a long way. I often look at myself today and am in awe at what I've been able to accomplish in the time that I've been able to accomplish it in, dealing with the things that I've been up against in my life. And I would say the biggest obstacle, and I would say this is probably true for a lot of entrepreneurs and people that have big vision and big ideas and want to accomplish something, is themselves. I was the biggest obstacle. The biggest obstacle and everything that I wanted to accomplish. And at first, when you look back into a person's history and the things that they've been through, for me, it was sexual molestation. And so when that happened to me at such a young age, I often look at things that have happened to us in the past. And when you have big vision, I believe that there are some forces in this world that try to put it out at the very beginning before you even know what's happening.
Right. Know that so well.
Yes. And so on my life journey, that sexual molestation had me feeling dirty. It had me walking around with low self-esteem, and living my life from that place exposed me and had me vulnerable to people that will be looking for people that are vulnerable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I got taken advantage of in a lot of ways because I was so naive, and because I was living my life from a place of I'm not worthy, of I don't matter, my voice doesn't matter, and this is the bed that I've made and this is it. And on my journey, the first awakening that I had was my relationship with God. Like really getting serious about my relationship with God, and believing, instead of what I thought of myself, instead believing what God said about me.
Amen.
Wow.
That's the biggest obstacle I had, was my own belief system and what I thought about myself. And then the second awakening was I did this transformational training. And when I did this training, it lifted that dark cloud. Even after working on my spirituality, I still didn't believe it for myself. It really wasn't it wasn't deep in my heart a knowing that I mattered. It was me just trusting and believing in God. But that wasn't enough, not for me. And so what I did was I took myself on this journey to discovery, to really look at who I was, what were the limiting beliefs that were in my way, and those were my biggest obstacles. Because I had a vision of creating a leadership program for teens. I had a vision of being successful in corporate America and having it all. Being a mom of 5, married, and all of that came into question. I ended up divorcing my husband at the time, who the relationship was toxic because when I met him, I was living from that place of not worthy and I don't matter. And so the relationship that I created out of that was an obstacle to my success. I always remember when I wanted to move forward in my career,
Mm-hmm.
that voice from that relationship would always figure out a way to keep me at home, to make me believe that there was nothing else out there for me,
Right.
that this was it. And I didn't believe it. And so I pushed forward through all of that. And again, my spirituality kept me grounded. I had an inner knowing that I was going to be great.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
don't even know where that came from, but I had this inner knowing that
Mm-hmm.
that I had these dreams where I would see myself talking to, crowds of people,
Mm-hmm.
and that vision gave me a bit of hope to keep
Mm-hmm.
pushing forward just to see where it was going to go. Because, heck, what did I have to lose? What did I have to
Right.
lose at that point? And so in this training, it allowed me to peel back the onions of sexual molestation. It allowed me to
Mm-hmm.
peel back the onions of feelings of abandonment because when I was younger, my
Mm-hmm.
mom sent me to Virginia to live with my grandmother. And
Mm-hmm.
so throughout my tweens and my teens, my mom wasn't around. And so I
Okay.
had this whole abandonment conversation happening too. So you picture
Yes.
like all these conversations in my head, those
Mm-hmm.
were all my obstacles. And it wasn't even stuff that people were doing outside. There are no external obstacles in your life. It's you.
There
That's
you
what I
go.
always tell people. It is absolutely 100% you. And once you do you and do your work, you'll notice things start moving out the way. Your way of thinking will shift. What you think is possible will shift. And I learned to tap into my potential.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that in that transformational training that I did, I knew that I wasn't playing life at 100%. I knew that I was still chilling in my comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
and that there were fears that I had that were in the way. The biggest one for me was fear of success. I
Mm.
was so terrified of
Mm-hmm.
going out here and doing something big and then
And being
people
great at
like
it.
right? And being great and people tearing you down,
Mm.
the attention, you become a target. And
Yeah.
so I had a fear of success. And I didn't know what was on the other side of that. And so it kept me at bay. It kept me playing a small game in life. Again, until I continued peeling that onion back and I
Mm-hmm.
started removing my own obstacles and
Mm-hmm.
creating new conversations in my head. And there was one exercise I'll never forget. There was one exercise we did in this training,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I do these team trainings. And this is what, you know, I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But I'll never
Okay.
forget this exercise. There was an exercise where at the end of the exercise, you ended up with a certain number of popsicle sticks. And in this exercise, I ended up with the most popsicle sticks. And what that meant was every person that gave you a popsicle stick saw something great in you and they actually chose you. And I
Okay.
sat there with these popsicle sticks looking at them like, okay, that was a moment I was like, how do they see something in me that I can't even see myself? Like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
Why can't I see what they see?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And that's when the light bulb came on. I was like, hold on. If I am able to make an impact like this on people,
Yeah.
then I can do this outside of this training room in a much bigger way. And
Mm-hmm.
at that point, I knew I was playing a small game. I was in church doing, this is how I met Jeanette. I
In
was
church. That's
ministry
right.
lead.
That's how we met.
I was working in the youth ministry
Yes,
and
she
creating
was.
little programs here and there. But
Mm-hmm.
God had something bigger for me. He,
Mm-hmm.
he called me outside of the church and into the world to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And on that journey, I was able to create Extreme Teen Leaders, which is the leadership program that I created for teens. And I have reached people in Nigeria, in Malaysia, in
Yes.
in Canada. I mean, all over the
Hallelujah.
world.
Glory to
We
God.
started in North Carolina. We branched out to Florida. We're headed to New York. We've got an online version and an in-person version. And I have impacted thousands of teens across the world. And they all say the same thing, that this training has been life changing and they'll never be the same again.
Mm-hmm.
And had I not done my own work, I would not have been able to create that program,
That's
and I
right.
would not have impacted those lives. And there's one young lady in particular. She was one of the first teens that said to me, "If I hadn't done this training, I wouldn't even be here right now." And I can't
Oh,
Wow.
tell you how many teens have told me that. And
wow.
every
Mm-hmm.
it would literally wake me up out of bed. So I mean the obstacles, it was me. That was my biggest obstacle. But now and today, I don't let anything get in the way of that. There
There you
is
go.
no thought that can deter me from my vision and my purpose because it's so clear. I
Yes.
Mm.
am clear on why I'm on this planet. I am clear the impact that I get to have with young people. I am clear that I am empowering the next generation of leaders. And that was my biggest obstacle, getting over my own limiting beliefs.
Mm.
I feel like we need to pass the offering plate
Cause she
because
is
you just gave us a sermon,
she
sister.
is on it.
You need the podium. My God. I feel like I now know my purpose. And I'm not even a teen.
But listen, we both have teams. And
Yes.
so are you all back in person now? Because remember with COVID and everything, things were
Yeah,
online. So
we're
I'm
gonna do
ready to
our
get
first.
I need to get Chase signed up because she's
Yes.
15 now.
That's a perfect age. We work with teens 13 to 18, but sometimes
Okay.
like the 13-year-olds, I think it's still a little young, but
Mm-hmm.
15, 16, life
Okay.
changing.
Well,
Life changing.
we'll
We do
be
have one,
talking.
we do have an in-person one coming up in either June or July. Actually, when I finish with this podcast, I'm going to be solidifying the dates with my staff, and we will
Okay.
have some dates published this week on when those next trainings are going to start. And like I said, it's been life changing. It's
Yes.
been life changing for the teens, and it's incredible to see them on this journey
Mhm.
because I was 42 years old when I did my own work. And
Okay.
I have teens that have done this work at 12, 13, 14, 15. And so they now have those tools
Hmm.
because life is going to keep lifing.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
yes.
And the
Yes, it
first thing I
is.
said when I came out, if I had known this when I was a teenager, my life would have been so different.
Mhm.
And then the light bulb went off again. I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to create this.
Right.
Wow.
So that's why
And
you
I do.
apparently went through all the things that you went through. So you can be there for the
Absolutely.
teens and the new leaders of this generation because it is needed.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
needed. And so
They tell me that all
I'm
the time.
thankful. Yeah. Yeah,
They do.
I
They're
am
like, Miss
thankful.
Tim, this should be in every school. I'm like, I tell
Yes.
all my friends.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
you
At least
know,
lock Wake County down with it. Get connected with the right people.
oh man, the bureaucracy is real. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's so
Bureaucracy is real.
interesting. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yes, nice to sit
Yeah, and they
down.
don't teach it in school. Like what I'm teaching these young people,
Mhm.
So
you
sorry.
learn it by accident, and you
Right.
get all the bruises and scars to show it. But
Yes.
And it's so I'm
imagine
sorry, go
growing
ahead.
up. Like imagine growing up with the conversation that I matter, my voice matters, and I'm here and I'm created for a vision and a purpose, and I'm clear on what that is right now, even if it changes.
Mhm.
Like imagine if you're living your life from that conversation as opposed to nobody likes me, I don't have any friends, they
Mhm.
don't care about me, like all the things that we make up as a teen. What
Right.
if you actually noticed that you were making stuff up? What if you had a
Wow.
team of people behind you telling you, what are you doing? Like,
Mhm.
you're not playing life at 100% right now. Like, I have teens that will give each other feedback on that level.
Mm.
And so
Wow.
it's just an incredible environment for them to be in and surrounded by like-minded teens that
Yes.
are about something, that are encouraging, loving, and accepting. It's a different experience.
And currently, I wasn't playing life at 100% because I didn't turn my phone on mute. So my apologies. But it's interesting how trauma, while you're going through it, doesn't feel good at all. Right. And then you go through it, like you said, you have those negative conversations in your head or whatever the conversation is. And then, like you said, your biggest obstacle, like the external obstacles really weren't there. But that is an interesting perspective because at some point, while the trauma was there or is there, you have to make a decision not to let that be your excuse. And so when you let that be your excuse, then you become your biggest obstacle. And that's what I just got out of what you just said. So thank you for that perspective.
Yeah, and to take it like deeper, you become a victim to it.
Yes.
To that conversation. And when you're a victim to anything, you're powerless. And you actually give your power away to that thing. And so for all those years of my life, up until 42, I gave my power away. And when you understand that you are at choice and that what happens to you doesn't define who you are,
there you go.
You're able to separate the two. You're living in a whole different conversation. And that new conversation will move you forward instead of keeping you stuck in a place of I don't matter and I'm not worthy.
That's right.
And so I just think that being able to get that at a young age is essential. It's essential. Right. It's essential.
So how can people get in contact with you so they can have their teens from 13 to 18 to be a part of this program that you have? And it's called Extreme Teen Leaders, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell us how our children can be a part of that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to our website. I'm all over social media. You can find us at extremeteenleaders.com. You can find us on Instagram at Extreme Teen Leaders. And where else am I? I think I do have a Twitter account, but I don't do a whole lot of Twitter. Elon took that over. Like this is a whole new thing right now.
Right.
But yeah, you can absolutely find me on Instagram and Facebook. We also have an account. And for parents that are looking to have their kids in the program and you want to see what other parents have said about it and what other teens have said about it, if you go to our Facebook page, Extreme Teen Leaders Inc., you'll see a lot of reviews and what parents and teens have had to say about the program, all positive. But you can definitely go to our website and register for any of our courses. And if you send an email through our website, it'll come straight to me. You can reach us at info@Extreme Teen Leaders if you want to set up a call with me and have a conversation about it. It is a commitment. It is a 6-month journey for teens. They come in 1 weekend per month, and each weekend they're dealing with something different. And it's incredible. The parents are involved. You know, of the 6 weekends, there are 2 weekends where we involve parents as well, and it is a profound experience for the parents too.
Nice.
I'm telling you, this is not the typical leadership program.
Oh no, it's not.
That's what people think.
It's not.
People think they come in like it's really teens. It's so funny to see them come in because they come in there with their arms all crossed, looking around.
Right. They're like,
one thing about the lecture them, it is interactive. They're moving around the whole time. They're making friends. They're creating deep relationships. These are not just surface level friendships. I tell them at the beginning, listen, look to the left and look to the right. The people that you're looking at, by the end of this weekend, you're going to love them, and they're going to be closer to you than your friend circle right now. They were like, whatever. By Sunday, like, oh my God, Miss Tam, you were right.
They hate to leave, right?
And they hate to leave. Oh my gosh, they like cry their eyes out. Oh my, it's so funny.
It's so wonderful.
But yeah, they create team and they create family, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yes. So tell me about your recent position.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. So my life is like two-pronged, right?
You tell.
Yes, tell us.
One, but it's two.
Give us the tea.
I have a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And this is what happens when you get out of your own way. This is what happens when you get out of your own way. I was working with my previous company for 25 years.
Okay.
And I really thought that that was going to be it. I thought that I was going to retire in this place and this was going to be it. And
Mm-hmm.
then one day, my boss from my old job, she had left, but she was on LinkedIn, I guess, and saw this job advertisement, and she sent it to me, and she was like, "You need to apply for this. This is your resume." And I looked at it. I was like, "Yeah, this looks pretty cool." And I just hit the LinkedIn button. So I didn't even like tailor my resume or anything. I'm like, "What am I thinking?" I just pressed the button, and then I
Uh-huh.
started doing my research and looking. I was like, "Ooh, this might be a really nice job." And I literally just sent I don't even know what from LinkedIn. So I started reaching out to people that I knew, and I connected with the person that I knew there,
Mhm.
and that person guided me through the whole process, and really helped me to prepare for the interview process because at this company, one of the top companies, top three companies in the world,
Mm-hmm.
they do
Spirit
this loop.
fingers.
They do this loop where you're interviewing like six people,
Okay.
and it's really intense. You got to do a project. It's just a lot. And I made it through all of that, and I ended up being their very first orals coach. And so you ask, what is an orals coach? An orals coach is someone that works with teams to present our solutions to our state and local government potential clients. And so I'm a speaking coach. I help them
Mm-hmm.
create strategy. I help them, create these huge presentations. And I also have been working with Les Brown, a good friend of mine. I love him so much, and he has poured
Wow.
so much into my life. He's mentored me in
I'm not
such a big
crying.
way, and he's just amazing. And so I was able to work with him for about a year now,
Okay.
and he's really helping. He helped me to craft my story
Mm-hmm.
because I was saying to myself, Tamara, you should be speaking out there on the stage right about now. And I was like, okay, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna talk about? And so I literally had one call with Les Brown, and I had my story and everything, and it was good. I was like, good, I got my story now. And so I will be speaking out on the stage. I also speak within our company on public speaking. And so I'm going to do a training for teens as well. This is something I'm going to add. I'm going to do a public speaking course for teens because
Nice.
it is the number one skill
Mm-hmm.
that you
Hmm.
can have as a leader in
Mm-hmm.
whatever business area you're in. Matter of fact, I was watching this video with Warren Buffett, and he was interviewing questions from these college students, and one of the students
Mm-hmm.
asked him, how do you go from like entry level to management?
Okay.
And what he said to them was master public speaking. He basically said if you improve your public speaking, it'll be an asset for 50 years into your career. And if you don't master it, it'll be a liability 50 years into your career.
Oh,
And then he
wow.
said that it increases your value by 50% if you are able to speak and get comfortable with speaking in front of people. And so that's what I do. I help people get comfortable speaking in front of people. I help
Mm-hmm.
them speak clearly, deliver the
Mm-hmm.
messages that they want to deliver, and I want to bring that to our young people too. So that's another course
Yes.
that'll be coming up because when our kids go to college and when
Mm-hmm.
they come into corporate America, at
Mm-hmm.
the rate and pace that technology is moving right now, they
Mm-hmm.
need to be accelerated and they need an edge that's going to set them apart from this
Yes.
global workforce. And let me tell you, I work with people all over the world. I just left Paris, Rome. I'm headed to Canada. I'm headed to London. And it's like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow,
Okay.
this is a
Okay,
global
girlfriend.
world. I'm sitting there, I'm the same thing with myself,
Okay,
like,
best friend.
woo, you are traveling now, okay? And but it's
Take
really
us
opening
there.
my eyes. It's opened my eyes. Like there are people in other countries living life. They
Mm-hmm.
are
Mhm.
living life out there, and they are competitive. They are educated, and they are out there in this global world. And our students are going into this world and this environment. And I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of our young people, they're just in their little niche, their
Yes.
Mhm.
little circle of friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna have a huge shock
Yeah,
if they make it
you're
into
right.
corporate America and are working with people that are global.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, those conversations are gonna flare up, And it's so important. It's so important for them to get grounded in who they are,
Yes.
to know that they can do their work now and that they
Mm-hmm.
can prepare themselves for their future so that when they get there, they're
Mm-hmm.
ready.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sam, this has
This is
been
awesome.
I want to have a
We're gonna
TV
have
show
her back.
coming out soon.
You're gonna have a TV show? Did you say you had a
I
TV show?
do. Oh,
The
it's a
TED
funny
Talk.
story. Funny story. Funny story. I do want to do a TED Talk eventually. I'll get
Okay.
that.
Yes.
But yeah, funny story. I'm teen underscore interventionist on Instagram, and I was gonna change it. I was talking to a marketing consultant, and I was asking her. I was like, should I change it to Tamrah Barber and brand my name, or should I keep it teen interventionist? And she recommended that I change it to Tamrah Barber. But at the time, Spirit was like, hold up, pause right there, don't do nothing yet. And so I didn't do anything. I just left. I was like, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna focus on extreme teen leaders, and that's how they found me. Literally, this
Oh.
TV network found me on Instagram by the name Teen Interventionist, and they called me up. And because I use cognitive behavioral therapies in the trainings that I do, CBT, they wanted someone that can work with teens dealing with digital addiction, technology addictions, social media addictions, gaming
Yes.
addictions. And it's the same technology that I use. And so I was like, sure, yeah, I absolutely could do it. And so I filmed last year. I did 3 episodes, and it's going to be on A&E Network. They're an Emmy Award-winning producer team, and they are the producers of the show The Interventionist, the show about drug addiction. And they walk people through, and they send them somewhere to get services. Well, we're doing the same thing, just we're focusing on digital addiction. So I'll be on that program, and it airs in June. So I'm gonna have a watch party.
Yes.
Yes, we will come.
And my hair was pink there, so you can't miss me.
So we can't miss you.
This is awesome. I love it. I love everything about it.
Yeah. It's
so I'm living my best life. I am having
Yes,
an
you
amazing
are.
time.
Yeah,
And I
yes,
would
you
say
are.
once you have gotten over your obstacles and you get into the flow and you are walking in your purpose, life is easy, y'all. This is
We're like,
easy. Like, I was hustling, I was going for it, I was working long hours.
Yes.
I'm done with that.
That's right.
I'm living my life in ease. Things are just happening, and I'm staying in my zone of genius. So it doesn't take much effort for me to prepare for anything, because this is what I live, this is what I walk.
Yes.
And life is easy on the other side, ladies.
Hallelujah.
And also,
I pray that for everyone. I pray that for everyone to get to a space where your life just works. And even and it doesn't mean that things don't go awry from time to time.
That's right. That's right.
But it does mean that when it does go awry, it's like clouds passing in the sky. I am sky, and all the things happening are clouds, and they come and they go, and they come.
I like that analogy.
I am sky. One of my mentors, Betty Spruill, shared that with me, and that it stuck with me forever. I will never forget that. When you see yourself as the sky,
yes,
like, big. We're not these little entities. We are built in the likeness of the Most High. So
that's right.
Come on, sister.
That's right.
Preach. Preach, preacher.
If I'm not small, why am I playing small?
That's right. There you go. There you go.
Right? If I have access to all of the resources of the Most High, why am I sitting over here worried about how this is going to happen, how that's going to happen? It's already happened. It's waiting on me.
Okay, you know what?
I'm gonna get up. And
Don't get me started. This will be an hour and a half.
You have been going at it since you got on
the
here.
oil. Okay.
I just want to give some of this away. Like, I want to give some of this away.
Yeah, the deacons and the deaconesses. Nah.
But listen, Tam, also in the beginning you said you went through a divorce, but what is your status now?
I am happily married.
Yes.
And let me tell you, I was speaking to all of those amazing, beautiful queens out here that are in these relationships and you're thinking that if this doesn't work, there's no hope, I'm here to tell you that is a lie from, well, you know where that lie comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I have married my best friend.
Mm.
And I had to let go. It took me 18 years, y'all. I was
Wow.
in my past marriage for 18 years. And it was a miserable 18 years. And I put that mask on and
Mm-hmm.
I pretended to the outside world that my life was amazing and at home it was just not.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget, I flew to Connecticut
Mm-hmm.
for business. And on that trip, it took me out of the situation long enough to realize that it wasn't what I wanted anymore. I literally cried on the flight back home. When I
Mm-hmm.
got back home, I was like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to work. And of course, well, you have 5 kids. Nobody's going to want you.
Mm-hmm.
All the negative talk, in my head. But I knew that there was something more.
Mm-hmm.
And I was already at home a lot by myself with them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just continued on and I trusted God
Mm-hmm.
and I walked in abundance and He blessed me beyond measure. I have never had to file for child support. I
Mm.
have taken care of my kids, and today when I look at them, I have 3 computer science majors, a cosmetologist, and a teacher.
My
All of
God.
them, 3 of them are married, 2 are in committed relationships,
Mm-hmm.
and they are doing amazing right where they are. They've taught me how to be a mom for each one of them. Another
Mm-hmm.
golden nugget.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes we want to parent our teens and our children and parent them in the way that we want them to be,
That's right.
but they're actually here to teach us a lesson. And
There
so
you
it
go.
And
wasn't
they do.
them that needed to change, it was me that needed to
Mm-hmm.
shift and change.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one daughter and we used to go at it. Oh my God, her hair was green, yellow,
Yeah.
blue, and it's like, cut it
Yep.
out, stop it. Tattoos, piercings. And at some point I was just like, you know what?
Know which one that is too.
Let me just let her be her. Cause like really, like let me just let her
Uh-huh.
be her.
Yep.
And like it was who she was.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't like her siblings, her oldest 3 who went to high school, went to college, graduated with honors, went into careers. She wanted to go into cosmetology.
Mm-hmm.
And she liked art and experiment and clothing and all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of stuff. And so
Yeah.
now I got my first tattoo. My hair is hot pink, and she's looking at me like, "See, Mom, I told you."
That's right. You feel free, right?
Yeah, exactly. I said,
You just
"Girl,
being
thank
you.
you. Girl, you just gave me
Yeah.
some freedom right here." Like,
That's
yes,
right.
it
I'm
is about
telling
my brand, right? I look at my other pictures. I'm like, "Ooh, I look so
Yeah,
old."
because
and, like,
remember, you used to
ugly.
have long hair
Right,
when we went to church together, and it was just all black and
right. It was like I
and
look like
now,
somebody's mother. Like I look
yeah,
like
right.
somebody's mother.
You edgy now, my
Buddy,
sister.
it's good being educated
Exactly.
right
And
town.
so
I'm telling you.
all of that, I'm telling you, get out of
Yes.
your own way. And here comes my angel of a husband, and I married my best friend. I
Mm-hmm.
married my best friend. We are so like comfortable together,
Mm-hmm.
and that was another blessing. But I had to let go of that last relationship to make room for this one. So again, there
That's right.
is hope. There is hope.
You
If
are
your
teaching
relationship
me
is not
today.
where it needs to be, and you cannot work together, you're not on the same page with each other
Right.
and wanting to work through it, and you're
Mm-hmm.
in a relationship that you know is toxic and not healthy for you, and your health is suffering,
Get out. Get
check
out.
it out. There are so many others, and I have 5 kids, and I found someone. If you have one or none, trust me,
You're right. You can find somebody.
you can find someone. I have 5. Oh my, and he has
Right.
none. He has
See,
none. He has 0 kids.
that's
Wow.
wonderful. That is wonderful.
When God did it, He did it.
He did it
Didn't
for you, honey. He did
Listen
it.
here. I told him, like, God, you don't have to do nothing else. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good. You don't have to do nothing else. I just want to live. That's it. I just want to live to see. That's it. And I've got my first grandbaby, and my second one is on the way.
Congratulations!
Nice.
And I just got a
Congrats.
four-legged baby too. So
That's right. That's right. They're
that's
just as
what I
right.
did.
They're just as right. Well, I think that you have already answered all of our questions.
Yes,
I mean,
this is a wonderful.
this really has been great. I feel like we probably need to have her on again, especially after
I
you
would
launch your
love to
TV
come back.
show. After you do your TV show and everything, you'll have to come back and tell us all about it. And I don't know, you just
Yeah, I'm definitely going to tune in. And I feel like I need to age backwards a little more so I can go to these teen classes.
You know what, Tam? You probably need to do an adult one.
Well,
I
there are
promise-
adult ones out there. If you're interested in doing an adult, the version that I did, that literally had me totally shift my entire life, those trainings are still going on. There are different companies all over the world that still do them, but there's just very few that do teen trainings. Like, I literally created a groundbreaking training. So I created a teen version of the adult version. So that you don't have to wait until you're 40-something to get your life.
But it's okay. But it's okay. It's all right. At least you got your life.
I mean, it's okay, but dang.
Yeah.
42.
So but
Oh,
listen,
man.
now listen, you look good.
Yes.
So you're saying that
It's
you're older
living with
than
ease.
42, okay? And you look great.
Look, you look good.
Okay, with the
Oh,
T
what?
on the end, hunty.
You know what? I don't take no credit for that. If you see my parents, you would be like,
Yeah, your mom
how
is
old?
beautiful. Your mom is beautiful.
Right.
Now, Tam, where are you from? Because you're not from. Are you?
No,
from
my
New
family's
York?
from New York. My
Okay.
family's from New York by way of the West Indies. But
Right.
I grew up in New York and I was moved to the South. My mom
Right.
in New York, she sent me to Virginia to live with my grandmother.
Gotcha.
Which is why I had abandonment issues. But then I realized that she loved her mother so much and trusted her so much. And I'm telling you, these are the stories. The story that I made up was that my mom didn't care, that I was abandoned, that nobody wanted me. And you know what I found out? I found out that my grandmother went to her and said, "Hey, I'm taking my grandkids because I do not want them to grow up in New York City." Wow. And my mom and grandmother were like this. They were tighter than tight. And my mother trusted her with her life.
Yeah.
And that's why she sent us to Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see,
That
as
made up
kids, we don't
something totally
understand.
different.
Right. Because we don't have an understanding and know what's going on. So like you said, we create our own stories in our head or whatever.
That's right. And we live from them and we make choices and decisions from that place, which is totally not true.
Not true.
Totally not true. Now, I could have made up a story. Oh my gosh, my mom loved me so much that she sent me to live with the person that raised her because she trusted her so much, and I mattered so much to her. That she wanted me to be in Virginia so that I can grow up in an environment that was conducive for my growth. Now, what if I was able to make that distinction when I was a fifth grader or a sixth grader or a seventh grader? My life would have been totally different. And that is the gift that I want to give to our young people so that they have distinctions so they can look at their lives, navigate it, and create stories about themselves that move them forward. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Amazing.
Well, the good thing is you have that distinction now. So that's
Thank
awesome.
God.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
This has been wonderful. Like this has been great. And what's funny, Tam, is I thought about this last night and I didn't realize that we actually have something in common. So I am number 5 in my family. Wow. And so we had 3 brothers and 2 sisters, and you had 3 girls and 2 boys.
Yep.
And 2 of my brothers were fraternal twins, and you have daughters that are fraternal twins.
Yes, it's no coincidence. That is not a coincidence.
And I was just like, the Lord just brought that to me on last night. And I was like, wow, I have to share that with Tam on tomorrow. That I didn't even know that when we went to church. Like, it didn't even dawn on me when we went to church together that we had that in common.
Wow.
But yeah, I thought that was good. Yeah.
And
That
this is
so
no
crazy.
accident because, like, we have been connected for a very long time.
Yes, we have. Yes,
You
we
know what I mean?
have.
There are specific people from that place of worship that I'm connected with, but like you are absolutely one of the people that I've always been connected with. I've always watched Chase grow up. I've been following her and praying for her because I think she's just beautiful, and so are you.
Thank
And I'm
you.
so proud of the young lady that she is becoming. And
Thank
so
you.
kudos to you, and kudos to you. Let me tell you what you did.
What I
You
do?
you placed her in an environment where she could have some amazing mentors and people that would have her back and pour into her. That is priceless.
All right, Tam, don't get me.
That's priceless, and that is an example like of your love that you're willing to allow other people to pour into her. Yeah, to fill in those gaps. And amazing job, Janet. Amazing
Thank
job.
you.
Amazing job,
Thank
Jay.
you. She's really about to make me cry.
Amazing
So
job.
anyway,
You are so funny.
okay, so y'all going to close this out.
Well, listen, Jay collects herself and me as well because this. You have just awakened. I don't even know what it is, but it's up. It is
Awesome.
up and
That's
ready
my
to
purpose. That
conquer the world.
empower,
Yes.
yes, empower
Yes.
you to go out here and go for it.
Yes.
Yes.
So listen, thank you for joining us. This was amazing. Like Jay said, we definitely would love to have you back because it's just so much to unpack about your life.
Yes.
My God.
Yeah, right? I just gonna like skim this.
And she'll have more to tell us when she comes back.
Right?
It'll be a whole total different topic.
Right? Oh my gosh. Oh my
So
gosh.
thank you guys, our audience, for joining us.
Yes.
We hope that you guys, well, I know for a fact that you guys have had to gain something from this because I know I did. And so listen, please continue to stick and stay with Cherish, Live, and Dream. And as always, we love you and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.